My name is Abajuo. I am the Vice President of Legal and Corporate Affairs at Chaberton. I lead the legal team. And Chaberton Energy is a public benefit corporation headquartered in Maryland. We deploy sustainable infrastructure and renewable energy, especially focused on distributed energy, community solar, and solutions for commercial and industrial customers. I would just back up and say the kind of business we run, the value we add is that we want to do things fast, efficiency. And we also want to create value in optimizing our processes, both in how we design the projects and how we deliver. So in this kind of fast-growing company, the Inc. 5000 ranked us among the fastest-growing companies in the US of 2024. And in this kind of fast-growing company, you would want to have a lot of control in your contract execution, risk management. You also want to have one source of truth for all the contracts you sign. And you also want to automate the repeatable processes. So we're looking for a CLM solution that could do all three, help us to have that contract execution, risk management, to automate processes, and to have a single source of truth. And that is why we started exploring for vendors like SpotDraft. We chose SpotDraft, I think, principally because they understood our use case. So for the other CLM providers, we provided them with that complex problem and it took them time, but SpotDraft understood our use case and SpotDraft was responsive. We noticed that when we asked questions for those use cases, they provided solutions. And the third was they're also competitive in terms of cost. So I also like the design. The design was user-friendly. That's why we chose SpotDraft. SpotDraft has really improved our contract management processes and improved our efficiency by allowing us to, automate workflows for repeatable tasks, routine tasks that the team handles. We've also been able to articulate essentially where the team adds value, how the team adds value, I would say, by showing with the data analytics feature, showing to our leadership team and to the rest of the business how we've been able to reduce turnaround times in various contract negotiation rounds and places where the business could actually do better. And with the data extraction feature in SpotDraft too, we've been able to track key data in especially some of our routine contracts that we can use as actionable items for the business. So in those ways, SpotDraft has really been efficient for us. My favorite features of SpotDraft, and my team loves these features very well, is the DraftMate feature, where we could use DraftMate to create our own workflows, and we'll be using that extensively. The second one, which is an absolute game changer, was the Microsoft Word editor on desktop, because that has really enabled us to use Microsoft Word the way we know how to use Microsoft Word instead of Microsoft Word Online. These two features have been really, really helpful. My team found it really easy to learn and to experiment with automating workflows in SpotDraft. One, because of how the SpotDraft team, they were really good at the training. But also, I would say, also credit to my team that we were curious enough and this was something we were interested in. We found it really useful. Actually, after we implemented SpotDraft, within the first few weeks, we were designing our own workflows. Our experience with SpotDraft implementation and customer success teams has been really, really great. They are responsive, both on WhatsApp and on Teams. My legal operations manager can communicate with them, and they take short time to come back with feedback, with solutions. When we started using SpotDraft, we were using Microsoft Word Online editor, and we kept saying this is not working for us. It was reducing adoption. And they went at it and found a solution, and before long, we were using Microsoft Word on desktop. And that is just one example of the many areas that they've proved responsive. If I were to describe SpotDraft in one word, the word that comes to mind is user-friendly. User-friendly because one, the interface itself is something that is welcoming. It's easy to the eyes, it's pleasing to the eyes. The second is the adoption process, the learning of DraftMate, the use of the data extraction, Microsoft Word on desktop. That is user-friendly. So it meets the customer at the point of their need. So that's the word I would think. I would 100% recommend SpotDraft to other legal teams. It makes your work easier, And for the business team too, it is easy for them to see how this is making both your work and their work easier. So I would have no reluctance to recommend SpotDraft.